Hello and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sports. For today's Springbok team prediction versus Ireland is the big game. Number 1 in the world versus number 2 in the world. And what are we going to see? Are we going to see a 6-2 split? Are we going to see a 7-1 split? Who's going to be in the starting front row? Who's going to be in the bomb squad? Is there going to be a bomb squad? Who starts at 10? Who starts at 15? Is Evan Etzebeth fit? Will Hunter Pollard be involved? All these things that we need to try and consider when trying to predict this side that will take on the number 1 side in the world at Stade de France on Saturday evening in the 9 o'clock game. It should be an absolute World Cup classic with the way that both these teams are playing. Before we look at exactly some of the selections that are going to be a bit of a question mark and what I think is going to happen or what I could think that they might go with, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. So we're talking about the 2 form teams of the tournament. We're talking about 2 teams who have gone out and really dominated the opposition in the last 2 weeks. Arguably the Springboks even more the team that has sort of been dominant, given the fact that they dominated Ireland, who are ranked higher than Tonga, for example, and then dominated Romania to pretty much the same score difference than Ireland. Ireland went out and absolutely hammered Romania and then took apart Tonga, who are ranked lower than Scotland. So in theory, a much easier game. So difficult to sort of really gauge which team has been more impressive, but I think probably safe to say that these 2 teams have been the most impressive. Yes, we've seen, Wales have lost a game. France haven't lost a game, for example. England haven't lost a game. But in terms of the quality of opposition, for example, not quite the same. And as well as sort of the way they've won, there's been emphatic wins for South Africa and Ireland. So they very much seem to be the form teams. And they'll be going toe-to-toe on Saturday. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly the sort of the game plan, how they try and sort of outsmart each other and sort of what they'll bring to the match itself. In terms of what we're going to see from the box, who knows, really? There could be a couple of surprise selections. But this is what I've sort of gone with. And very interested to see what everybody has to say about it. So, in the front row, no Malcolm Marx. As a result, I'm going Stephen Kitshoff, Bongi Mbonambi, and Frans Malherbe, which I'm pretty sure is pretty nailed down. I do think that obviously Bongi Mbonambi has to start. Stephen Kitshoff will come on, I think, play 50-60 minutes. I don't think it's going to change. And Frans Malherbe. So I think all that happens is that Bongi Mbonambi, as the recognized hooker in the squad, just comes with Malcolm Marx. I don't think the tight 5 changes much as well. And I think Eben Etzebeth, if he's fit, and there hopefully will be, comes in to start. And even if he's a bit of a doubt with regards to whether he can go to full 80 or can play full 80, he will still start. And they'll back him to start and then be able to take him off rather than to bring him off the bench. And then Franco Master didn't play this past weekend. And for me, he's a sure-on starter. Seakles, Pierce, Step, Vitoria are pretty much guaranteed. The 8th man's going to be a big one. I've gone with Jasper Wiese in my starting lineup. And the reason is that given the fact that I've gone with a 6-2 split that has 2 locks on the bench, I think that Dwayne Vermeulen as a fetcher is going to become very important later in the game, as well as a Dion Currie. And I think that's an interesting sort of aspect when you're looking at sort of team predictions or team makeups, is what you need where in the game. So I've gone with Jasper Wiese, who I thought had a very good game against Scotland. I thought he looked a lot better, got over the advantage line, and I think against Ireland, we could use a bit of a battering ram, really. Although I do think that defensively, I think Dwayne Vermeulen will be invaluable. So, Faf de Klerk, one was starting, and I think that will be the case. I think obviously it adds a second goal-kicking option. He had a great game against Scotland, played pretty well, a fly-half actually against Romania. He's in good form, and I think he is still number 1 scrum-half. And I partnered him with Moni Liebach, who I thought obviously is still the number 1 fly-half. I've actually left Andre Pollard out of the 23. He would have only arrived today. And so today could have been at a push, would have been his first training session, but I don't think there would have been a full training session of any training session today, given the fact that it was the day after. So you probably find the players that didn't play would have trained today. So it wouldn't have been a full-on training session. So and the team is set to be announced Tuesday or Wednesday. It's scheduled at the moment. It's scheduled for Thursday, but very unlikely for that to actually happen. In terms of the wings, this is going to be, I think it's going to be very interesting. Michael Pimby just coming off a hat trick. Kirk Lawrence scored a couple of tries, scored that try in that first game against Scotland. Kenny Moody struggled a little bit on Saturday, but has been so good in the last few weeks. So the only thing which I'm 100% nailed on is that Cheslin Colby starts. Whether it's in the 11 or whether it's in the 14, I'm not sure. My gut says they might go with Kenny Moody at 14. It would be a big risk. Kurt Lawrence didn't play this past weekend, so that could be an indication that maybe he's going to be released against Ireland. And why not with that try scoring record? But it will be interesting to see exactly who they sort of go with. As I said, I think Jason Colby starts. I think that's pretty much a no-brainer. Who partners him in the wings? I'm not actually entirely sure. I think Damon Delende will start at inside centre. I do think Andre Estes has been in great form. I didn't think he was phenomenal against Romania, but I think the form of Bandiaki will also really reaffirm that defensively Damon Delende is going to be so important this weekend, because Bandiaki has been the form player of the tournament and need to try and shut that channel down. Jesse Creel for me started out the centre. Absolutely no doubt about that one. I thought Kane Moody really struggled against Romania. And Jesse Creel's had some very good games in the last few weeks. And again, it's defensively, Bandiaki, Gary Ringrose, it's a very difficult team to defend against Ireland. So I think that he will be incredibly important there. I've gone with Damien Williams at fullback. We did it against Scotland, and I think once again against Ireland, he kicked very well. He competed under the high ball. I've gone with Damien Williams as starting. I do think that Mike Liebach allows us not to necessarily need Willie Leroux to start from a playmaking perspective. I think that he will be on the bench. But I've gone with Damien Williams to starting. Then off the bench, I've gone Dion Free, Oxenchair, Trevor Nyakani. I'm pretty confident about that. Trevor playing some good rugby. Ox, playing good rugby as well. And Dion Free is our other choice at hooker. I then go with Archer Snyman, Jean Klein, and Dwayne Vermeulen. I mean, how's that for a bomb squad? Proper players coming off the bench there. Two big locks in Archer Snyman and Jean Klein. I'm sure that they're going to go with Jean Klein. I think, almost a bit of a mind games in terms of playing against some of his former teammates. Maybe, people thinking that suggesting he's got inside information on the Ireland team because he played under and played for Ireland, for example. They had a bit of extra spice. So I think it would be very cool if it were to happen. And then we've got my two backline players. Grant Williams and Billy LaRue. I mean, Grant Williams has been backed up until now. And why would they stop doing it? And then Billy LaRue, I think, obviously, I think it's him and Dan Williams, so I'll make all the 23s. So that's what I've gone with my team. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen. I'll chat to you soon.